Hello everyone, my name is Chitra Goswami and this video is for the summary of lesson number 2 and the name of the lesson is Snowball Fight Activity. The objectives of this lesson are to create a comfortable and fun classroom environment and to continue getting to know students. For the first step, you are going to greet your students at the door and you will ask them to settle down comfortably. And you will welcome any new students and introduce yourself to them. And then you will begin the class with 2 minutes of mindfulness exercise. Once students have settled down, you are going to announce that you are going to play a game. For the second step, you are going to pass out paper and pencils if needed and have students write 3 things about themselves on a piece of paper. They may write in Hindi or English and you will tell them that they can write anything, where they are from or what they studied in school, something that they like to do or something about their family. However, they should not write their names or show it to others. You will give students 5 minutes to write their sentences and you will write your own as well. For the third step, you will have them crumble up the paper to resemble a snowball and you will let the students have a snowball fight throwing crumpled paper. After 1 minute, you will announce that for everyone to freeze. You are going to tell everyone to grab one of the snowballs, read it and try to find the person who wrote it. For the fourth step, once they find out who the person is that wrote the sentences on their snowball, they have to bring that person up in front of the class and share what they have learned about their classmate from the paper. You will announce that you are happy to know more about your class. The next part of the lesson is English self-introductions, and the objective of this lesson is that students use a given sentence frames to practice introducing themselves. For the first step, you will remind students that by the end of the week, they will be able to introduce themselves in English. And you will ask, if you were speaking in English in class and made a mistake, how would you feel? And you will explain that at FEA, it is okay to make mistakes and it is even a good thing. If you are too afraid to make mistakes, you might not try anything difficult. When you try and make mistakes, you learn from them and improve. And then you will ask, how should you react if your classmates make a mistake? For the second step, you are going to hold up a student workbook and show a few pages. And you will explain that the book will be used for activities throughout the program. And you will tell students that they are responsible for it and it won't be replaced. And you will ask, what should you do to take care of your workbook? Like store it somewhere you won't lose it, or be gentle with the pages, or write your name. You're going to pass out the notebooks and have students write their names in them. For the third step, you will ask the students to open their SAB to lesson number 2 and point out the sentences. You will call on students to read them aloud and explain what they mean. And you will tell the students to fill in the blanks with their own information. The fourth step is an optional extension, and for this, for advanced students who find the activity too easy, you will ask them to write 1 or 2 sentences describing the place they are from. For the fifth step, you will tell the students to practice their self-introduction with the person sitting next to them, and after 2 minutes, you will tell them to switch partners and practice again. And this time, trying not to look at their SAPs. Next, you will ask the students to stand in a circle and you will use ball toss, throwing a ball to one student to present their self-introduction. And then you will ask them to throw the ball at another student. You will encourage them not to look at their SAB and you will continue until all the students have presented. The next part of the lesson is getting comfortable with laptops, and for the first step you will ask that you will be working in small groups or taking turns on laptops during digital learning time. What things you should or should not do while sharing the computers. And then you will ask students to sit around the facilitator's laptop so that they can all see the screen. You will call on a student who remembers how to open and turn on the laptop to demonstrate to the class. You will point out that they are keeping the laptop on the table, opening it gently. You will call on a student who remembers how to open and turn on the laptops to demonstrate to the class. You will point out whether they are keeping the laptop on the table, opening it gently and pressing the correct button. For the second step, you are going to ask the students if they can find the arrow on the screen. And then you will introduce the word touchpad. You will demonstrate how to move your finger gently on the touchpad to move the arrow on the screen, and you will explain that little pressure is needed. Next, you will show students how to click on something by tapping the touchpad. Finally, you will open MS Paint and show students how to draw lines by clicking and holding down the left click button with their pointer finger and moving their middle finger on the touchpad. You will explain that this technique is called click and drag and is useful for other things such as moving text in a document as well. Then you will call on 2 or 3 students to demonstrate on the facilitator's laptop to ensure that they have understood before sending the students to practice on their own laptops. For the third step, you will ask the students to sit at their laptops and turn them on. You will give students a minute to practice moving their finger gently on the touchpad and watching where the arrow goes. You will tell the students to click on the start menu and find MS Paint, and they should open the program. You will give them challenges to practice controlling the touchpad. For the fourth step, you're going to enroll new students in the class. Lastly, you're going to acknowledge the students for what they did well during the session, and you will conduct the pledge. Thank you so much.